Right, welcome to the Start Collecting video for Space Wolves. The aim of this video is just to give you an overview and an introduction, sort of a flavour of what Space Wolves are all about. So they're one of the main Space Marines chapters, one of the famous ones. We've got Ultramarines, Blood Angels, Dark Angels, Space Wolves. Very iconic, very unique, and a great storyline behind them. Great theme, very strong theme running with them as well, and a great colour scheme, very unique. Colour scheme that Space Wolves have, and they have some great unique units that only the Space Wolves can take. So I'll also zoom in here so you can take a close look at some of these models. They really are excellent. The sculpting work that Games Workshop have done on them is absolutely brilliant. Some older models that they have, and then some of the newer models as well, like the Wolfram, for example, I have in my list. Check out the other video I've done, that's a complete army. I run through this list, build it up, show you all the points, the tactics, talk about tactics for the army and how well it's going to do, potentially, so check that out on the channel as well. And then we're filming battle reports for this list at the moment, some great games we've played already, so keep a lookout for that. I plan to release those battles on both channels, so you get them here on the regular channel, and if you want more Space Wolves action, then check out the Plus channel as well. There'll be some exclusive battle reports for the Space Wolves as well. So if you're thinking about collecting Space Wolves, they're a very unique Space Marines chapter. So even if you've already collected a Space Marines chapter, like I have Blood Angels for example, Space Wolves entirely different. You know, colour scheme is entirely different, the whole feel and theme of them is different, and a different sort of tactical style of them as well. It's sort of the theme is sort of wolves hunting in packs and so on. So the idea is that you launch a coordinated hunt with your army and then close in, it's sort of a united attack like wolves do. They work together as a team and they close in for the kill just when the time's right. So that's the sort of the theme that I've gone for my Space Wolves. Just multiple units that try and encircle and close in for the kill, and when the time is right, try and launch a simultaneous charge with as many units as possible. Space Wolves are geared up, and you are encouraged with the rules to go for a combat-based army. So it's Space Marines, but driven towards aggression and close combat is sort of the direction you're looking to go with the Space Wolves. You could build a regular Space Marine army. You could take rhinos and razorbacks and predators and so on, but I really do think if you're going to go for these, try and immerse yourself in the unique Space Wolves units and that whole sort of aggressive theme. That's the way they're designed to be. Even if they do have options to other units, the way that they're designed is to go for sort of the aggressive style. So maybe you've got a Space Marine army and you're quite defensive. You've got Imperial Fists, for example, and you play quite defensively, like a gun line, heavy firepower. You like Space Marines, but you want to go for a different style of play, then Space Wolves, aggressive, then go for them. What I'm going to do here, I was going to say tips on painting. I haven't painted these. These have been painted up by Siege Studios. I got them done on commission. They've done an excellent job, as you'll see. I'm going to zoom in just a moment and let you see the different models. But I'd say they're going to take you the same amount of time as regular Space Marines. So you've got your base colour, your chapter colour, in which case it's the Space Wolves grey, and then you're picking out your other details on them as well. So I'd say they take about a medium sort of time to paint. But we'll zoom in here. I'll give you a close-up view of some of these models. I think you'll be very impressed. They're incredibly well produced by Games Workshop and very well painted up by Siege Studios. So Thunderwolf Cavalry here. It's crazy extreme poses here. These wolves are huge, absolutely huge. So again, one of the iconic units of Space Wolves. If you're going to go for Space Wolves, yeah, this is one of your classic units. You know, your army wouldn't look the same without them. Thunderwolf Cavalry. So there's one. And you can equip them in all sorts of different ways. So, you know, so tactically, some great options available. There's one with a Fenrisian axe, with a storm shield as well, so you can defend them pretty good. 3+1 save to protect these as well. And there's some of the others. And Siege Studios have painted the wolves in different shades and different styles here, which is nice, bit of variety. There's him. Do like that one. Love the. See, these have been hand painted here, but they've done the shoulder pads, the zigzag sort of style. Nicely done. There's another one. I've got a unit of 5 in this army. This is a transfer here that they've put on. It's on the shoulder pad there. I love the that yellow and the Space Force grey. I've always loved that colour combination. Beautiful, very nice. Here's the last one. Just there. So I'll move these to the side. Big models. Here's one of the leaders, Canis Wolfborn. So, you know, very well painted up. This model is actually lead. I found him on eBay, and then I then posted him off to Siege Studios, and then they got him painted, assembled and painted up for me. I'm a big fan still of the lead models. I think they're better than the fine cast, so I was glad to source the model and then get Siege Studios to paint him up. There he is. Utterly huge model. It's massive. So much lead in that. That weighs an absolute ton. That's him. Yeah, Space Wolves really are geared for your characters. You know, I really emphasise going for your different unique characters as well. There's so many to choose from in the Codex. This is a Venerable Dreadnought here, but configured in a unique Space Wolves way. So you can go for regular Venerable Dreadnought, you know, with options like Space Marines have, but this is a unique one that no other faction can take or chapter can take. So this is the Blizzard Shield here. You see the runes that Siege Studios painted up, and then the axe, the Fenrisian Great Axe. And I'll just zoom in on this so you can see what work's been done on this. So you can see the work that's been done on the crystals here, and the work that's been done on the runes on this axe also. And then if I turn it, you might be able to catch the glint from the edge of the axe. They've put like a glossy varnish just on the cutting edge of the axe here, just to create that icicle kind of effect. So really impressed with what they've done there. They've even picked out the individual markings here on the handle of this weapon. So great work done on this, but it's an amazing model. Beautiful, beautiful kit that Games Workshop have produced. So that's the Venerable Dreadnought. Show you the back view as well. Like so. Then Murderfang I've taken, which is the Wolfen Dreadnought here, but Murderfang configuration. Unique character. So even some of the Dreadnoughts can be characters as well. All this bone work painted on top. It's a nice job. But you know, again, iconic, classic Space Wolves. None of the other chapters have units like this, you know, that look like this. So well worth going for the unique options. Especially if you've come from collecting Space Marines. The last thing you want to do is just paint, you know, regular vehicles and so on in just a different colour. You know, you want to go for unique stuff. So well worth doing. That's him. I'm going to zoom in a bit closer to take a look at some of his infantry next. So here, I'm going to show you all 5 of these Terminators because they've come out really well. This is one of the Wolfguard Terminators. Now, I didn't construct these. Siege Studios, you sort of give them your configuration that you want, and then they'll construct them for you as an option. So they built these, and I think they've done some great poses here. There's one. The Stormbolter Power Sword. Look at this guy with the axe. You know, credit to Siege Studios, but also you know, fantastic sculpting work on these as well. They're beautiful, beautiful models. Always like Space Wolves, and now these excellent sculpts that Games Workshop have. It's well worth it. So see, look, Terminators, but unique iconography here to make them unique to the Space Wolves. And again, this is a Frost Axe here, so only the Space Wolves can take that weapon. It's the Sergeant. Look at him. He's huge, that cape hanging out the back there. Utterly huge. It's all the detail of that big, big cape. There he is with the Warhammer Storm Shield configuration. Wolf Claws. Fantastic looking model. There's one other one here. Look at that guy. He does look very cool. Very aggressive, even the way the faces have been sculpted, very aggressive sort of look. So, that's the idea, you want to intimidate your opponent, so that's them. I'll show you Crom. I think my favourite model. Just the whole model's just balanced brilliantly. Just an excellent looking model. Really, really good. There's the axe, and again they put the glistening effect on the axe for me as well. There he is. You've got regular blood claws. Every single one of these is a different pose. So just giving you an idea. Again, the heads on these are fantastic. All unique. Another one. All the crazy hairstyles here. And the eyes have been picked out on these. Even the eyes, you can see that they've been painted. See the hairstyle there. And then there's another good one there as well. Look at that. There's another cool head. Let's see if I can find one. Unique for the Space Wolves. I'll show you this one first of all. Look at that one. Very cool. But it's the wolf head here. And this is one of the Grey Hunters. But again, unique here for the Space Wolves. And then here's one of the ones with the plasma. Now, I'll show you the Wolfen next. So there they are, strange unit. And that's the axes there, with that glinty effect as well. But iconic, one of the newer plastic units here for the Space Wolves. There's one. I'll show you the one with the other axe. Like so. Thunderhammer Storm Shield next. Nice size shield, that one. Beautiful. Look at the intricate work here of the sculpt on that. Absolutely fantastic. And a unique style Thunderhammer as well. And there's another one. Completely different pose. They really captured the speed of these things. This is bounding leap that they have. That's nicely captured. The last one, the wolf claws, the wolf and claws, like so. And again, they put this glistening effect on there. They've done it with Murderfang as well, actually. You see his claws have the glistening effect on them also. See if I can show you on there. Like so. So that's a showcase of the units, and as I said, I really would recommend you go for the unique Space Wolves units. So even the regular infantry, you know, they're customised for Space Wolves, they look great, plus the colour scheme, they look entirely different from regular Space Marines. And then the unique units, so the Dreadnoughts that are unique. Pick and choose your favourite characters. There's some fantastic characters that Space Wolves have, some very iconic ones, you know, real heroes. And I wanted a sort of an army full of heroes that can go out and accomplish great things. And then the unique units they have, there's so many of them. I mean, the Flyer's unique here for the Space Wolves, and then these Dreadnoughts also. So yes, they're a Space Marines chapter, but just you can build an army that just looks entirely different from other Space Marines chapters. If you really want to go for sort of wolf style, they do the individual wolves, the Fenrisian wolves or the Cyber wolves. That's just wolves on a base. I mean, that's your ultimate theme if you're able to include those in the army as well. For transportation, it's the same as regular Space Marines. Pretty robust compared to other factions. You know, other units or other armies out there like Skitarii and Dark Elder, two of the most fragile armies I think that are out there. Lots of spindly bits and thin bits that can break off, but these are pretty solid for transportation, so they should be fine. And I think that's about it really. Play style, I go for a sort of aggressive on foot, so you're manoeuvring up sort of a patient closing of the kill, just like a pack of wolves, and then when the time's right, when you reach charge distance, and hopefully it's as many units as possible, you deliver that killing blow and charge in, and then you tip the balance of the game. You're taking casualties as if you moved in, but then when you're reaching combat and start to win in close combat, then you start to tip the game back in your favour. So that's sort of the whole plan here for this Space Wolves force, but we'll have to see how they do in the battle reports that we've filmed and we have planned, and in battle reports later down the line. A lot to learn with these. They're fresh nicely put together, not much battlefield experience, and a fresh battle plan for them I think should work alright, but we'll just have to see how they fare as they face the different factions that are already out there on the channel. So, I mean, I've been talking about the theme. It's reflected in the artwork. Yeah, Space Wolves, look here, crashing into their opponent, firing weapons, but even still crashing in. Here they are again, on the charge, on the move, being shot at, charging in. Pretty much turn to any. Here they are fighting against Chaos Space Marines. This is our Jack Rockfist fighting amongst them. Great HQ choice, by the way. Here fighting against the Orcs in close quarters. Here, bundle of Cavalry, close quarters. Here, charging in again. So, you know, pick any illustration you want. The definite theme for these, one of the best sculpted models in my opinion that Games Workshop have ever done is that model there, Ulrich the Slayer. Incredible model, a resculpt from Games Workshop. Logan Grimnar re-sculpted as well, it's just a good freshening up has taken place here for the Space Wolves. But there's another iconic piece of artwork. Yeah, it's this one here. Look, yeah, a nasty foe. Chaos Demons, Khorne Demonkin, and Space Wolves are in amongst them, fighting and not holding back. So that's what I would recommend for Space Wolves. An aggressive Space Marines chapter, one that you go on the hunt with, you hunt down your opponent and then kill them. Tear them to shreds is the whole idea with the Space Wolves. And then to go for the best theme and to really enjoy collecting them, to make them your own unique army, I would recommend going for unique Space Wolves units if you can. Support them other units by all means, but I'll definitely go for a nice strong Space Wolves theme to get the most that this faction has to offer. But there it is, that's the start collecting video. If you want to leave your own comments and suggestions, you've got questions you want to ask, and then other Space Wolves players that have their own collection of Space Wolves, leave your own comments and feedback, what you think of your own collection, what theme that you've gone for with your own collection that you have. Maybe you've built a list an entirely different way. I'd love to hear of unique, very different sort of lists that people may have, especially ones that are very thematic for the Space Wolves. It'd be fascinating to hear what kind of list you have and whether it does perform well in games as well. And hints and tips and strategy and so on can be discussed in the description below. But as I mentioned, Siege Studios have painted these up. Check them out. They paint armies and models and units on commission, so you can get in contact with them for your own commission work. But there it is, that's the start collecting video for the Space Wolves. Keep a lookout for them in the future on both the channels. Thanks for watching and tune in next time.